Hello and welcome to Business Arena on TVP World. I'm your host, Marie Cato. Join me for some of the main business headlines of the day. Companies from Central and Eastern Europe have been slowly building their global footprint for the past few years, an effort that has been fueled by the war in Ukraine. However, the list of the 100 biggest defense contractors in the world still includes only 3 companies from the region.
Almost 3 years after the start of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the impact of the war on the defense industry in the CEE is reflected in international comparisons. All the biggest players from the region moved up in the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute's ranking, which summarizes the state of the global defense industry. Poland's Armaments Group, the largest defense company in the country, has climbed to the 64th position, with defense revenue hitting $2 billion in 2023. A 9% increase from the previous year. The group is leveraging government contracts to bolster its position. Projects include combat vehicles, howitzers, air defense systems, and naval assets, which are expected to drive growth further. However, despite these achievements, structural issues persist.
For Poland, it's both a blessing and a curse to have such a large internal market. If our industry were more like the Czech one, which focuses less on modernization projects, the Polish defense sector might be seeking markets elsewhere. Technological delays, lack of funds for development, and reliance on credit-based purchases add to the challenges.
In the neighboring Czech Republic, the defense industry is also making strides. CSG, or Czechoslovak Group, the country's largest player, climbed by almost 20 spots since the last edition, demonstrating its significant progress. The company has been expanding its presence internationally. A notable development was the acquisition of a couple major ammunition brands, including Remington and Speer, making a strategic move to solidify its global market position. Meanwhile, Ukraine's defense industry has surged forward, reflecting the nation's urgent need for military capability amid ongoing regional tensions. JSC Ukrainian defense industry climbed to 60th place, recording an extraordinary 68.7% revenue increase. Shifting focus globally, American and Chinese firms dominate the rankings. Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman and Boeing maintain their stronghold in the top spots, with Lockheed Martin leading for over 2 decades. Europe's representation remains limited, with the UK's BAE Systems ranking as the highest European firm at 7th place. Airbus follows closely at 12th, reflecting the region's struggle to compete with American and Chinese counterparts.
Hungary's economy is facing some serious challenges. Tuesday's GDP figures for the third quarter confirmed that the country is indeed in recession, and with its currency underperforming and investment falling dramatically, the outlook is rather gloomy.
When it comes to economy, it's not hard to find examples of Hungary not doing so well. Right off the bat, Tuesday's third quarter GDP figures. GDP figures released Tuesday were revised up, but the economy still contracted by 0.7% in the third quarter, putting it in a technical recession for the second time in 3 years. In addition to this, the Hungarian forint has lost roughly 4.6% against the euro since the end of September. It's now clear that while in October we could talk about a trend within the CEE region, in November, forint significantly underperformed its peers, with the Polish zloty also at new all-time highs against the forint. On top of that, Moody's has just downgraded the country's outlook from stable to negative, citing political risk connected with a potential loss of substantial EU funds as primary factor.
Moody's is worrying on whether next year the additional improvement in the budget will be delivered. And
while maintaining Hungary's investment grade rating at Baa2, Moody's warned that the next downgrade to Baa3 would place the country one step away from speculative or junk status. However, that's not the end of the bad news, as Hungary is also suffering from a huge drop in investment.
That's the largest problem right now in the Hungarian economy, because investments are decreasing something like around 14-15% year on year.
The economy is so deep in the doldrums that the topic has become political. Opposition leader Peter Magyar has gained a double-digit lead in the polls by promising to unlock the nearly €20 billion in frozen EU funds and to adopt the euro. Tardos Gergely points out, however, that Hungary's problems are not all in-house.
So all in all, I think that with an access to EU fund, the situation would be better. It would not be rosy, because Hungary is among the countries which are most exposed to demand for durable goods, cars.
Moody's economic forecast is well below the government's projections, with growth set to rise from 0.7% to 1.9% in 2025 and averaging 3% between 2026 and 2028.
Yesterday, we talked about the ailing German economy. Today, we're going to turn our focus on Hungary. It's important to get our heads around the topic of Europe's struggling economies, especially in Europe, at a time of political transition and inevitable geopolitical tension. Make sure you stay with us for the bottom line coming up right after the news. Poland has ambitious goals for digital advancement, including AI technologies. But first, a skill gap has to be addressed. That's why the country wants to leverage global expertise and partner with the biggest players in the AI field.
The rapid development of artificial intelligence over the past years is reshaping the modern workplace. However, digital advancement in Poland lags behind. According to a report by the Polish Economic Institute, Poland ranks among the countries with the lowest use of information and telecommunications technologies and digital advancements, placing third from last in the European Union. Last month, the Ministry of Digital Affairs identified upskilling workers as a crucial objective and expressed a desire to cooperate with public institutions, NGOs, businesses and academia to double the number of Poles with digital competencies in the next couple of years. The programme's objective is to have 80% of Poles with basic digital skills by 2030, 40% to be semi-advanced, and 6% to become experts in this field. The tech giant Microsoft is eager to join the government in this effort and has selected Poland as the only country in Central and Eastern Europe to launch a new initiative.
Through that AI National Skills Initiative, we want to empower 1 million of people in Poland with basic AI skills. We want to also help those developers to find new territories in terms of AI, but definitely want to simply bring AI for everyone.
This initiative builds on the 430,000 people already trained as part of a previous program launched in the country. That earlier effort followed the launch of Microsoft's data center in Poland and has now expanded as the company goes mainstream with its training programs.
That's why we are also launching all of those courses, learning paths that are available for everyone, not only for those pro users, developers, and those who are literally coding the AI, but we want to bring that AI fluency, and we hope it's another step in that all-up journey of Polish Digital Valley.
A different report by PIE showed that less than 7% of companies capitalize on AI, with 47% of respondents claiming AI is not for them, signaling a lot of work ahead.
And that's all for our business and news updates today. For more business stories, check out tvpworld.com.